Hello everyone, today we're having a look at the replay of 100 meter man or Richard. As Zerg is going to show us his versus mech skills or not skills. Either way, he is a Diamond 1 Zerg at 4.5k MMR, and he said the only thing, and this already starts really negative, the only thing I think I did well in this game was my Viper control for one of the engagements. I did a few abducts where I think I was cost efficient. I mean, that's something, right? He made some abducts, that's already better than a couple of the other replays that we watch. And then he said, I got supply blocked at 44 out of 44. Despite the fact that I decided to all-in, my third transition out of the all-in was late. The plan, well, he decided to all-in, that's already... If you decide to all-in, it has all-in in the name. You gotta do a lot of damage with that. The plan I went for wasn't practiced. I saw what the opponent was going for and wasn't comfortable playing versus it. So I just made up a 2-base all-in, hoping it would do enough damage that I could pull ahead or win outright. 4th base was late attack with my Roach Hydra Viper. Timing? Keeping on Hydra Viper too long, continuously adding Hydras when I knew my opponent had a high tank count instead of saving those resources for the Corruptor Broodlord switch earlier, and expanding too slow. That's like a long bucket list of possible errors. He's going for the standard hatch gas pool opener from what I can tell though, and we're going to have a look at how this all plays out. I mean, you heard his analysis, now we're going to listen to mine. Opponent seems to be going for that standard Reaper into factory opener, so reactor here, factory here, Hellions. Every single time they keep mining gas. Why, people? Why? Why do you mine gas? What have I done to you? Okay, I hope he uses the gas. The last replay, the Protoss guy at least, the guy who played against Protoss at least used the gas. He gets Overlord speed. Intriguing. He gets a fast third as well. I like that. Curious what he's going. If he gets Overlord speed and this doesn't scout with the Overlords, I'm going to scream. Please scout here. What the? Oh my god, a complex structure. Very well. I like it. I take everything back. This makes sense. Shh. Yeah, the Hellions, as I said. Then he's going to walk out. Let's see how much damage he takes. Spinecrawler. Excellent Spinecrawler positioning. He can put a Queen here and it will help him wall a lot. Maybe could have put the Roach one here. Putting it behind the natural like this is kind of scary if he drives in there with Hellions. You don't really want to help the Terran by walling off. Spores also makes sense. A smart unit to build. He is droning a bit slowly. Our third player is. I mean, he's only at... See, a problem... Wait a second. You see the replay time, right? What happened to that? Why do you cancel the building? No. The third base was fine. Don't cancel that. What? And don't mind so much gas, please. Don't, like, the focus of Zerg is always on the minerals. You always need the minerals. You don't even have a lair done yet, so it's not like you're in a hurry to get the gas out. Taking a second gas would be kind of fine. Taking a third one is way overkill though. And you don't really need Roaches to hold off a couple Hellions and a Reaper either. They can help against Hellbat timings, but Banings would do fine as well. If you really want to play Roach, I guess it's okay. But be a bit careful with the gas taking. You really want to always have your mineral lines saturated. The only time where I take the fast gas is to get out a quick spire, because you cannot get enough gas in the time the lair is building for the spire. But other than that, I usually don't get it. Yeah. Intriguing. A Hydra then. Hydra speed. Roach then. Roach warrant, sorry. Roach speed. And maybe get the +1 missile upgrade as well. Upgrades are very important. They usually just go double upgrade. But I mean, if you know his mech, which you shouldn't know yet, but I guess you're assuming. Or maybe not even assuming. Man. Battle cruisers, eh? Did you write me anything about the cruisers? Nope, not a word. Oh, that battle cruiser. Just kill it with the Hydras. I mean, you can teleport away. Yeah. Oh, this is good as well, you just have to kill it. A battle cruiser rush. Yeah, upgrades would help you a ton here. Roaches, another battle cruiser, tanks. Yeah, Bylum. Oh, is this what you covered? You talked about when you set the all-in? Your third is... Yeah, you should have... Like, you didn't... You could have done this push while taking a third base, no problem. There's no reason for you to cancel the third if you go for this kind of push. Because it's not really a committed all-in that you're doing here. But saturate the mineral line. Build the evolution chamber. You need upgrades with Roach Hydra. Because Roach Hydra is pure... Like, you don't have the Baneling, the AoE thing, the AoE unit that you can use and abuse. All you really have is the pure Roach power. I guess you went for an all-in, so you might have said, ah, well, I go for an all-in. So I don't really want them, the upgrades, but... You should really get them. Even if I go for a 2-base Roach open, I always get the upgrades as soon as I start my third at the latest. But I usually go for them pretty quickly. And keep pressuring him. Yes, it's good that you keep pressuring. You're trading your roaches, which are not going to be that useful. I like that. You do get the double gas and infestation pit. Curious what you're going to do with that. Vipers. You should always expand a bit faster. I feel like you expand too slow. Because if you check your worker count, you're only at 57 right now, even though you have saturated your bases and you really want a higher worker count. In Legacy of the Void, you need to take the 4th and the 5th base very quickly. 4th base should be done, started at like 7:30 in a late game, or 8:30 in a quicker one. Against battle cruisers, I think you pretty much either get like the sickest upgrades and go for the Hydra, or you build a couple Corruptors because you're going to kind of need them anyways if it goes for Ravens. Yeah, Corruptors. Because usually they pair the battle cruisers with Hellions, and then the Hellions will just roast your army. Spores are cute. You don't really need the spores, to be honest. I think you could have saved some money there, but it's okay if you get them. But please expand faster. Your worker count is not high enough. At the top right, you can usually hover over the supply, like that would be here, and you can see your worker count. I like the quick Hydra, the quick Viper transition though. That one makes sense. Yeah, you said you added Hydras continuously when you knew what your opponent was going for. I kind of like the creep spread down here a lot, that you can see this area. It's very important. Nice pickoffs. I mean, you're doing pretty good. Brood Lords would definitely help you a ton though. You assessed that correctly. You are building the Spire. I'm curious if they're actually going to go for Brood Lords. And as I said, you can fight this with Vipers. If you get a Blinding Cloud here, here, and here. Abducts are okay as well. You need to be careful against the Force if they eventually switch to that single target fire mode. Let's see how you fight here. You have a decent bank, but your opponent has a higher income. Like your opponent is up in bases, is going for a turtleneck style. That's like a no-go. You're not going to trade well against this. Because he's just going to add an insane amount of Vikings. With the new skill. Yeah, I mean, you said your abducts were good. They are really useful. But it doesn't really matter if you take good trades with abducts if you have like only 1/3 of your opponent, 2/3 of your opponent's mineral income. Expand quicker. Always need to expand. If you don't have a 4th base by 8 minutes, slam it down. Unless your third is not saturated. I take mine at like 6 minutes. In a 6 minutes or even earlier than that. Need that 4th really quick. Because your main will mine out so quick. And then if you don't take the 3rd, you'll not have enough resources. I mean, you can delay it. But you need a really good plan, and you cannot delay it for this long if you're not going to attack him. Okay, let's see here. Blinding Cloud, I don't know, is good. Pretty okay fight there. Abducts, that's good as well. I like the Viper micro. But in the end, against this, a lot of Lings would have helped. Lings, Broodlords, you need something. Like, it's really hard to fight pure tank with... Like, he just has pretty much only has gas units, right? So you're not in a good spot here. What else did you say? You said I have problems reacting to stuff if it's just CV bio and I just have to focus on spending my resources going Lingbane Muta or Lingbane Corruptor. Harassing a bit and spreading creep I'm fine, but if I scout anything other than 2-on-1 in CVT I don't have much of a game plan. Where, when to attack is also a problem. I look at replays and then analyze, and I sometimes in a 200 vs 120 supply scenario roaches, but I don't arrive at the opponent's space until they're set up. Siege and have well over 150 supply. Yeah, changelings. We also don't use changelings. So what you described there, you need to keep in mind there are basically, if we exclude Mass Reaper and Proxy Barracks, there are 2 Terran openers. One is the 2-on-1. I guess there are 3 Terran openers. The fast 3 command center opener, the 2-on-1 opener, and the Hellion opener that you played against this game. Against the Hellion opener, the Hellion opener is scouted by going up the ramp and seeing a barracks in the factory. The 2-on-1 is a barracks in the barracks, and the 3CC opener is, well, a CC in the barracks. That one is not really played because it's not that good and it's really hard to execute. I mean, you really do a good job with the Vipers. Like, the unit control is pretty good. The problem is just that you don't have enough income. Honestly, with more income you could have won this game, or with Broodlords as you said. But you didn't have the money. Mech is not OP if you fight with 30 workers against 70. Yeah. I think we highlighted some of those problems. And if you're up against a factory opener with Hellions, I have quite a few replays of mine. You can just take the 3rd base. At like 3 minutes 10 I built 8 Lings to deal with the Hellions, and then I put the Queen here, can put a Spine, that's okay as well. But you really need a couple Lings early on, and then you can just kind of drone and go for the safety spores like you did if you care against Banshees. You can even scout with the Overlord if you want, but you don't need to throw away everything. Like, it's just a factory opener, it's not going to kill you with a couple Hellions. Eventually they might turn into Hellbats, but that is it. What else did you say? Have you ever been stuck at a certain MMR skill for a long time? If so, how did you get out? I was stuck at the High Master League MMR for a long time. I was pretty much top 300 in Europe from early Wings of... mid Wings of Liberty to early Legacy of the Void when I finally made the jump to GM. And I honestly got out because I just enjoyed the game more. I played the free road job and I was like, man, this build is really sick. And I was like, wow, look, look at how it interacts. And I just started crafting my own builds and going like super greedy. But I already had the basic understanding of how the game works and the economy, so it's not like I started from nothing. But once I had that, once I understood the economy, I was like, oh my god. So if I can just drone and kind of play a Mutalisk build, then I was like, this looks like the Mutalisk build that guy played against that Terran. Then I kind of put two and two together. I was like, so that's how it works. So that's why those gas timings existed. So I first had to learn the proper timings, then made my own adaptation of them by kind of changing the build and putting in some early aggression, removing the link speed, throwing in roaches instead. I was like, oh, so I can use that, and then went for the hatcheries. I didn't go for the hatcheries. Then I went for the mutas, and then I was like, now I can turn it into a roach ravager push follow-up. And then I was like, so that's how you max out on 3 hatches. I was like, oh well, what if I just skip the mutas? And that's how I kind of learned how to play the game. I made my own build, played it very greedy, like at a very high level, and figured out how the game actually works economically through that. That's how I got out of that situation. All it took me was one build to carry me from Master League to GM, and here I am, still residing there, not really playing that build anymore, because I found others. Hope this helped you.